Welcome to another edition of Zacks Rank by. I am Brian Bolin, and I am the aggressive growth stock strategist here at Zacks. And I got two more stocks for your aggressive growth radar screen. Let's just jump right to it because my COVID is still with me, but I think I'm on the recovery. I'm on the positive end of the trail here. At least that's what I tell myself. Okay, we got USA Compression Partners. USAC. I wonder how they came up with that ticker. USA Compression Partners. It's a Zacks rank number one. That's a strong buy with a strong B for growth and a weak D for value. Gets it right on my aggressive growth radar screen. This is a oil and gas name. Obviously, oil's been moving a lot higher of late. Lots of reasons for that, but boy, look at these. Got to get away from saying boil all the time. We just take a look at this chart here, beat at the beginning of August, and this thing is just doesn't want to stop. I'd say we'd probably see that for a lot of oil and gas names across the board. But let's get into the finite details of this one. Big miss, and a beat here in your most recent quarter. And what do we really like about this beat? Okay, that was a loss of money. This is a loss of money. This is a loss of money. This is a gain of money. Check. So we've turned the corner from going from losing money to profitability, and investors love to see that. At least I do. I know a lot of them do too. A lot of them are just like me. All right, 7 cents shooting up to 11 cents, and look at all the moves in there. That's great to see. 13 cents actually kind of holding still. 24 cents to 30 cents. 37 to 57 next year. We like seeing it. All right. Why are we growing? Are we growing because of oil? Yep. Here's our quick look at our sales this year. We're growing the top line at 17%. Next year, growing at 6%. Let's jump over and take a look at our valuation. And whoa, what kind of a number is that? I've never seen a number that big besides my personal checking account. But then it would be a negative number for my personal checking account. That's how big that negative would be. So let's figure out, so that's hundreds of thousands, that's millions, that's 11 billion times trailing. It's just tremendous. I love that number. For that reason, I think I'm going to have to put this in my personal portfolio too. We can see it's growing faster. 20% was greater than the 17%. We don't have a price to book here for some reason. We do have a 2.8 times sales, which is good to see. Where are our margins? Our margins are going higher. And we know we swung to profitability. We've got an incredible trailing PE. And we don't have a chart that really tells us much of anything. Really hanging in a tight range, and this line could move down a lot lower. Good annual growth here, so things look like they should be working right for this stock. They're just not. I'd say as oil and gas continues to go up, the price for this stock will go up as well, and that's USAC, USA Compression Partners. All right, on to number two, and this one's an interesting case because it's M-tron Industries. MPTI is our ticker. It's on the MX, I guess. It's a Zacks rank number one strong buy. It's got that A for growth that I love to see. That C for value. All right, so I picked this stock mostly because I saw this chart and I said, oh my gosh, what could cause a stock to go from $11 to $21 in a couple weeks after earnings? And so here's what really causes something like that. It's a $55 million market cap. It's very, very, very small. Very small. So it's dangerous in that regard because there's not a lot of liquidity in a name that's that small just by the factor of the fact that it is a $55 million company with only 12,000 shares average volume per day. So you're not going to see a lot of trading in this one. But still, I figured, why not run through the numbers? Maybe we'll find a diamond in the gym and in the rough here. Maybe not. We'll see. All right. So are you beating the number? That's the number one thing we come to see. We didn't have an estimate here. That's a big miss. That's a meet, and that's a big beat. Really big beat. Importantly, in terms of looking at the number, we're profitable. So you could be a $55 million company and put up profitability like that. People will find you out then. I mean, you just need the growth then to keep it growing. But obviously it's a good investment early on. All right, 27 cents for this quarter to 29. Same for next. $1 to $1.17. That's great. $1.06, $1.21. All estimates looking good. Everything is looking really good for this name. Excuse me. All right, 26 times top line growth. That's great. 26%. Sorry, 26% top line growth to 40 million in sales this year. And we're going to jump up 3 more million, or about 7% next year. We really need this number to get a lot bigger. I know they're doing everything they can there. Let's take a look. Is it worth it to be buying this? You're trading at 17 times forward. You've got a 3.5 price to book. That's going to be a little bit rich. 1.5 times sales. Value investors like it to be low 3. I see a little stumble there, but overall margins are looking good. Top line pretty good here. Your problem's going to be liquidity on a name like this, and it's just not going to trade enough for a lot of people to get in. But it is something that's interesting. It's moved up quite substantially since that big beat. They continue those beats of size like that. Who's to say that this thing isn't going to double again? Very easily could, because of the low liquidity. When there's no natural sellers up top over here after a big beat, and then there's new buyers, they're going to be asking to buy way up here, even higher. And that's just what happens in the market, supply and demand. If there's no supply of shares to be bought and there's good results, you can see dramatic moves. On the same token, you can also see dramatic moves lower should this company run into some problems and suddenly there's no buyers. There's only 12,000 shares per day. Your 100 is going to end up being a lot of that. You know what I mean? All right, so be sure to go to Zacks.com/promo to check out all of our latest promotions.